Testing, testing. 1, 2. All right. Let's get some music. Is that Carol? Yo, Carol! Thanks for coming. Welcome, welcome. Who? What's up, Carol? Death Chat is about to start. I'm not sure if everyone will turn up. I didn't do the usual, reminder. Hang on, eh? Da, 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 da. Waking up? I see, I see. Good morning to you. Good morning. So let's see, what have I done? Well, I have done Spooder. Spider requires a swinging mechanic. Swing direction. There's a few things that I have to take into consideration. Swing force. It's a whole bunch of stuff. Losing limbs and stuff like that. Oh, okay, I should also drop by this server. Right, and then wait for everyone to turn up.
Hey yo.
Hey yo, John. I will be honest, I wasn't expecting you. I thought you're just going to slowly like
fade away.
Fade away, yeah. Because that's like the usual pattern, right? Like you don't want to admit, you don't want to say you want to quit. But you act in a way where you just slowly become less and less in the foreground. If you know what I mean. Am I right?
I have just been super tired, that's all. And playing too much Zelda maybe.
Did you do anything though?
I played a lot of Zelda.
God damn it. Hang on.
I have some changes, yes.
Some changes?
I mean, I did do a little bit of something to my code.
Okay.
But I mostly played a lot of Zelda.
Right. It's not done.
I think I have like 200 hours in.
How many what do you call that? How many temples? Yeah.
3?
3. How do you only have 3 with 200 hours of gameplay? Wow.
Because I'm doing everything else except for play the game. Oh no, it's just 175 hours or more.
175. Yeah, that's a lot. I beat the game in like 120, I think. What's 150?
You're not appreciating the game, chinykian.
No, yes, it's a conscious choice. I don't have a, like it's either that or I don't work on my stuff.
Yeah, I guess I am the perfect example of that.
Oh yeah, Han is here. Hello, Han. Okay, anyways, just a moment, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, something has been coming up a lot on my social media. Ban 1.0.
Oh, Ban 1.0.
Yeah. Is that like the Node.js killer?
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
I don't know. Like it seems like they're saying that you know what? It runs a lot faster. It's easier to manage. Dependencies and whatnot.
What they say? Haven't tested it out. Alright. Hello.
Hello. You're cutting off just now.
Yeah. My mic is a bit weird. Right. Okay, I think it should be fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Bun. I read about it. I haven't tested it out. But it's supposed to be the a faster alternative to
Node.js.
Node.js and a couple of other tools. Because like the way Node.js works is the Node by itself is just the runtime, right? It's just the engine running the code.
Uh-huh.
But your package manager is actually another program.
Mm.
And
NPM,
then
right?
yeah, npm.
Right.
And then but you can use multiple. You can use other package managers as well. There's one called Yarn. Yeah, and then stuff like transpiling. So Node by itself cannot run TypeScript.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't understand TypeScript. And so you need like a compiler or transpiler, whatever we call it, to convert TypeScript into JavaScript so that Node.js can run it. And that itself is a separate
interpreted? Is that done in real time or?
Is that done in real time? No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's done in real time.
Oh, okay.
So the TypeScript compiler just compiles all the your TypeScript files into
To JavaScript?
JavaScript. Yeah.
Right.
And stores it somewhere. I think that's as far as I understand that is how it works.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's not exactly real time. I'm not sure if the TypeScript like there's a yeah, I'm not sure if there is any tool that like runs TypeScript and like, right off the bat.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, the point is that TypeScript is a separate program that you run, and then you might choose to do other things
You know,
like yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Like, again, I have to highlight that I'm not like familiar with web technologies, right? Do you mind? I think I might have asked you before, but do you mind repeating? What is the application of say Node.js? You know, aside from like maybe providing an environment to run a server, all right? What else? What other use out there? Like front end? Is there a front end use for it?
Front end? No, not really. No, front end. If by front end you mean like the code that you see in your browser running in your browser, I mean you can use Node.js. There are lots of tools to that work with Node.js to sort of bundle your files together. But actually, okay, so there's like a few different ways of running your front end. One is you can just write your HTML and your JavaScript and then slap it all together and just throw it up on server, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But these days, with more complex applications, like your Facebook or Messenger itself,
Yeah.
there are a lot of what I call single page applications and stuff like that.
Right.
Right. Okay. So some of them don't exactly are not exactly 100% free of the server. Sometimes your server sort of performs some rendering on the back end and then sends the HTML down to the front end.
Interesting.
And so for those you need a backend server that does the server side rendering.
Oh.
You need a server to take in certain requests and then generate the HTML and send it back.
Right. Is that fairly common as well?
That's fairly common as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, Han is saying a few things, right? That says there's Dino as well. Dino is
Yes.
backed by creator of Node.js. And then he
Yeah.
also says that Nix.js is server-side React.
Yeah.
Now,
what
React
happens
is used
is-
by, or rather React is created by Facebook, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So React is a framework for generating your JavaScript for the front end. To lay out your stuff on the page. It's basically a front end framework.
So it can be thought of as like a different way of constructing your web page. Is that it?
Yeah. So you can combine more JavaScript together with your HTML in a more functional way, in a more declarative way of laying out stuff on your page.
Interesting.
Yeah. But React is originally React was a front end framework, or rather, like it was mainly client side. Sorry,
Right.
and so what happens is React will look at the URL in your browser, and then it will render pages according to that URL. You can specify like routes like slash index should display this, and slash login should display a login page. And React will intercept all these links, and then it will display the page accordingly.
So the layout of the page, like what you see, right? Visually, these are all defined in JavaScript.
Yeah, it's a mix of JavaScript and HTML.
Mix of it. Okay.
And so what happens is, so in the past, when you run separate pages, when you change your URL, right, you have your browser just visits a different page, right? And so what you have is like you might have an index.html, you have a login.html, you have something.html, right?
Yeah.
But here with React, all your routing, all this changing of pages is done client side. So the server, the browser doesn't have to actually hit the server again to load a new page.
Oh.
Yeah. But then what happens is that what happens is that your browser actually when you first visit the site, the browser just pulls down
everything.
A very simple HTML file as well as a very big JavaScript file.
Right.
And what happens is the title of the page, if you were to visit a random link on your website, what happens is that the title is always at the start initially. It's always what was initially in that HTML file. Because all the routing, all the changing of displaying of stuff is done client side, right? So you need JavaScript to run to be able to populate the title and whatever header meta tags properly, right? And so it's very bad for search engines, right? Because they visit and then it's like they're not going to run your JavaScript, and so what does the search engine is just going to see an empty file, right?
Right. But you can put placeholder. You can put like something meaningful there, right?
You could, but they'll still see the same thing for all the links that they visit.
Okay.
Because it's the same HTML that you're delivering to the front end. In order for the browser to say I got my HTML, I got my script already. Now I can look at the URL and decide what content I'm supposed to display.
Yeah.
So the creators of React, or maybe some other people, I'm not sure who, decided to come up with server-side rendering. And so server-side rendering just means that we're going back to the PHP days of your
you can use PHP to write into the HTML content, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so it's not exactly going back to the PHP days, but essentially they're saying, okay, our browser, our server should serve some of that content that you're rendering on the front end now. Now you should also transfer some of it back to the server, so that our bots and all that can, our search engine bots can at least get some meaningful information.
My
back
God,
out, I guess.
It feels like an overcomplication of things, right? I don't know.
Maybe, and that's the nature of technology in general. I guess we go back and forth.
Is that why it's so unwieldy now?
Yeah, I guess.
Hansei, I think it's more dangerous for server side, right? What does that mean?
Well, what does it mean for it's more dangerous on server side? I would like to.
We're on the topic of what do you call it? Server side rendering.
Yeah.
Like because you say because suddenly you serve some critical thing to client that the hacker can take advantage of it.
Possibly, because your server knows some extra information, and you might accidentally put that information in the HTML, in the stuff that you're displaying. Sending down to the browser.
Scary.
Yeah. Well, in any case, another reason for having this server-side rendering is that if your JavaScript file is very big, right?
Yeah.
It takes time for the browser to download it. So what happens is the user is probably just going to see an empty page, a blank page, while the browser is still downloading the JavaScript file. Then once it's downloaded, the browser will
Run the JavaScript.
Yeah, run the JavaScript and then populate the screen. Right?
Yes.
And so over the years, and React code tends to get very, very big. So your final JavaScript
So the download will take a while, basically.
Yeah, it's like a few megabytes. Right? And so that's one thing that server-side rendering is also supposed to solve, which is that we on your browser, say if you visit directly the /login page, then your server will receive, okay, it's a /login page. I will try to render that HTML for that /login page, send it down to you, and in the meantime, while you're downloading the huge JavaScript file, at least you still get, you can hang around and you get something to see. You see something.
Some feedback, right? Yeah, instead of a white screen.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. I bet like the next time out, it's just gonna go back to everyone's just gonna be making their own HTML file.
Yeah, it's a cycle, right? Yeah, eventually the old will become fashionable again.
Yeah. I mean, some of the later some of the technologies around React and all that. There's this framework called Gatsby.
Gatsby.
Gatsby, yeah, basically does server side or the static site generation. Which means that it generates the HTML.
You used it for the press kit, right?
Yeah. But in this case, I think it's slightly different. I haven't really used Gatsby, so I don't know. But essentially, the concept is the same. It generates like a whole bunch of pre-rendered HTML, and then it still combines with the React stuff. So. But essentially, it's gone back to having your individual HTML
so can we think of it as like pre-rendering? Like you just run it once and you save the HTML and then
yes.
Right. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone one whole cycle back to
where we were before. It's gone back.
but with more tools involved.
Right. Yeah. But like with a sufficiently sophisticated interface, it will be invisible to users, right?
I guess maybe. But slower. Maybe.
Slower. Yeah.
Anyway, Devious is here.
Devious, yeah? Yo,
Yeah.
Devious.
Yeah, I've been here for like 15 minutes.
Oh, really? like that. Okay, hang on. Well, let's do it.
No.
I highly doubt that.
How's your week, Devious?
It was pretty good. It was a little busy.
A little busy?
Hung out with my friend for like 2 days.
Oh, that's good. Just a
I didn't
moment.
get as much work as I wanted to though. But yeah, it was fun.
That's alright. I mean, progress is progress. And we'll always have John to, what's that term?
John can cover my.
Like if we are feeling bad about our progress, we can just look to John, is what I meant to say. Are you going to prove me wrong, John?
I can show you the number of shrines and Korok seeds I have collected.
Is your ego big enough to prove Chinny wrong?
Yeah, I'll show my progress in Zelda. I think I clocked like another 30-40 hours last week.
Okay. Well, let me set up the timer. So, Blue Code TV is raiding. Hello, Blue Code. Let me give you a shout out. Sorry, mates. Give me a moment. Blue Code.
You're being time, Chinny. It's cutting into your time, not ours.
Okay. Hello, Blue Code. Anyways, let's get started. Let's get started. We are doing a game development chat, and we'll start with John. So, same thing as usual, right? When your time is almost up, I will do the quacking.
Quack.
Quack. That's right. Quack.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. Let's go, John.
Damn it. Yeah. So right. What was I doing? Back to the topic. I was making a multiplayer game. Or rather, I was taking one of our older games that Chinny and I made, and we're gonna I'm trying to turn it into a online multiplayer game with rollback networking, and right now it's not. It's not exactly going very well.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, oh no, look. Okay, so sometimes it picks up, and
slow.
sometimes, yeah, it's really slow because I am
Testing.
testing out some stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you can see that sometimes the inputs don't really match up.
Inputs don't. Wait, can you demonstrate again? Oh yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
'cause
they are
I'm
supposed to be
pretty-
synced, right?
They are supposed to be synced,
Right,
and
right.
right now they are not. It was kind of synced earlier today, and I'm not sure why.
Right.
It's not
Wait.
working
Which
anymore.
phase of the implementation are you at? So you did the replay, right?
Yeah, I did.
So that part is done, and then
Maybe.
what is this part?
This part is the networking part. So the part where I actually send packets, send packets of your inputs over to the server sends it out to all the other players.
Oh.
In this case, it's just going to send it to the other player because it's a two-player game.
Right.
So what I'm using, Socket.io. Sorry?
Socket.io, right?
For now.
Yeah.
It could be 4 players later, you don't know.
Yeah, could be, who knows? Who
You
knows?
have 4 players here.
You know,
2
someone from
people
the top.
behind each side pole.
2 people on this side, right.
Okay. I don't know, someone at the top, someone at the bottom, and then
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Amazing.
who knows what happens.
I'll pop out of the sword and shoot.
And yeah, so as you can see, it's not working very well.
Okay.
I am still working on it. But I have not incorporated the rollback stuff into the networking yet.
Right.
Right now, I was just getting the packets to the inputs to be sent to the other side. And that kind of sort of works, I guess. Sort of, maybe, sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes. Yeah.
But what happens when you receive something out of date at the moment? Like, since you're not doing rollback yet.
What happens when you receive something out of date?
Yeah.
Good question. No. I'm just assuming that we are going to keep waiting for the input to come in.
Oh, so
and if it
it's
doesn't,
lockstep?
yeah. Right now it's supposed to be lockstep, except that it's not exactly
Right.
lockstep. I have no idea what. Okay, there you see. I just have to not. Oh no.
Oh, it's not working.
Sometimes.
Right. But why would the
Oh wait.
why would
Come
the
on.
data not be transmitted over? This is TCP, right?
Yes, this is over TCP. Yes.
Why would it not trans?
Why would it
Maybe
not
you
trans-
got it. You're just not responding to the packet.
Possibly. I will need to go look into my code again because I spent like last night and this morning just working on this. So
Probably some careless mistake, right?
probably some careless mistake. But yes, word of advice to anyone else is that networking is hard. Don't try
Yeah.
this at home.
Yeah.
Don't try this.
That's the thing that comes up a lot. Like as developers, like you release a game, and you always get this feedback, right? It says, "Hey, can you add multiplayer?" And no, it's an understandable request, but sometimes, right, that comment will come along with, "Hey, it's easy, right? It can't be that hard."
Yeah,
Right? But
it can't be that hard.
it can't be that hard. But no, multiplayer is like the hardest.
Just press the multiplayer button.
Yeah.
Adds
Just
to the game.
just press the multiplayer button. That's right. Yeah. I don't think people fully understand just how complicated multiplayer is, especially if it's like we're doing it like John, right? It's like he's doing it from scratch, right? From scratch,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
John's
Yes.
just crazy,
I'm not crazy. I'm
He's
just
just a masochist.
yeah, I'm just a masochist.
Yeah. He likes pain.
I like pain.
Okay, so socket.io.
Yeah, which makes networking super easy.
What about
Yeah.
the hole punching stuff? Like, this is local, right? What if you need to do it over the internet?
Right. So what happens is I set up a server. I'm running a server right now over here. and yeah, so it's just basically a relay. It's relaying all the inputs from one end to the other end, and so
Is this-
no hole punching needed at all.
Oh. Oh, so this server has a public IP address?
Right now, no. I'll add it.
But
sometime
your
soon,
intention is to host this in a publicly accessible
yeah,
address. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Hey,
once
relay. Isn't that even slower?
yes, but I didn't want to deal with
The hole punching.
like the whole WebRTC and all that UDP packets and stuff.
That one is troublesome implementation wise.
yeah, it's a lot. I mean, if I did that, I probably wouldn't have anything to show today. So
Oh, right. if you, so I'm just curious, right? Like you
Yeah.
know, like this means going to the server and then server go to your target, and then back and forth, right? Like,
Yeah.
will you ever experience fluidity? You know, considering that it considerably will take more time.
Well, I'm not too sure how much more time it will take.
Or it depends on the how strong the connection is.
Yeah. And so like you with TCP, yes, there's some additional latency. With a relay, there's even more
Even
additional
more.
latency.
Yeah.
But with modern connections, modern connections should be fast enough, right?
It depends on the infrastructure, right? Like,
Yeah, nobody plays
I
games
guess
while they're on the move, right?
Japan is Japan well known for like their high speed internet connection.
I guess.
Or Korea, is it Korea?
Or Korea,
Korea
South
is
Korea,
is
yeah.
the one that keeps playing MMORPGs, right?
This is South Korea, I guess. Yeah.
South Korea, yeah.
Yeah. But you know, it's not like people play games on the move, right?
Oh,
I'm gonna go get a train ticket just to play your game.
But in any case, I think a relay is probably like my relay doesn't do a lot of processing. It's just takes your packet, sends it out.
right.
There's nothing to it.
And you're only
So it's
sending
like-
input, is it? So it's a very
yeah,
small
I'm only
packet.
saying- yeah, it's a very small packet.
Nice. So that should help with the speed then.
Yeah. I am assuming so. There are a lot of things involved in networking, and I am just choosing to ignore them for now. I just need like the proof of concept to work first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'll think about the rest later.
So I hear, right, that people who implement say rollback netcode
Yeah.
at some point the lockstep will still kick in, right? Like you wouldn't let it go too far out of sync,
Yeah.
right? So doesn't mean that either way you need to implement both, I suppose.
Well, I guess you need to keep track of like how far ahead one person is, and if that person is too far ahead,
Yeah.
you might choose to slow down or just
Because-
pause the game.
The rationale is because if you're so far ahead, I think the prediction may be completely pointless, right?
Yeah. 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 I mean, like you end up being
Be fighting a different state of the game, right?
yeah.
Right, and then
Yeah.
only for it to
All the time.
rewind. Yeah, only for it to rewind, so it just renders the past second mood.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's cool, man.
Yeah. So that's it from me. Next week, I will get this lockstep to work
Yeah.
fine, perfectly.
Lockstep.
Without weird things
Lockstep
like this
first, right?
happening.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Without this happening, what's sad?
Yeah. Wait, if lockstep is working, we should see the game constantly freezing, right? As it
Yeah.
catch up. Right, as it tries
Yeah.
to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Wait, then does it mean that you will have to, like, in order to not have some kind of in order for it to not keep freezing all the time, you will then need to implement input delays?
Probably, maybe. I'm not too sure. I mean, no. I think like with locks, I mean, yes, I will still need to implement input delays, but oh wait, no. Yeah. I think like with input delay, lockstep should.
Yeah, then you wouldn't keep having to stop and wait for the other party to catch up or something, right?
Yeah, I think that's how
Right.
it works.
I mean, I don't know about like the fine details, the implementation details. I have no idea. Yeah, but that's what I hope to learn from your adventure.
This is going to be quite an adventure.
Looks
This is the third time I'm trying to implement a multiplayer game.
Yeah. And all previous attempts failed, right? I think.
No, I wouldn't say they failed. It's
We're a learning experience.
But it's
I just got bored.
You just got bored. You just got bored means you stop working on it, right? Stop working on it means failed, right? So.
No,
I wouldn't say.
Nah?
I went on a hiatus.
Oh.
It's on break.
That's on break, right.
Yeah.
it's having a sabbatical.
I'll come back to it one day. Someday.
Alright.
It's like reading a book, and then you put a bookmark in the book, and you're like,
Yeah.
Right. You come back to it.
yeah, eventually,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, eventually. Okay, John, so next week will be lockstep. Alright.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's it from me.
Wait, doesn't mean that you fixed the rewinding problem you had from last week.
Maybe? I don't know. I just like
Oh, you never
said
bothered.
screw it.
Okay.
Screw it, and I just
Just went straight to lockstep. Alright.
yeah.
Alright.
'Cause what could possibly go wrong if I just like try to mash these two incomplete things together, right?
Oil and water works, so why not this?
Yeah.
Well. Alright. Looking good. Okay. Is that it?
you.
Okay. That be it, alright? It's my turn. I'll show you a little something. Just a moment. Let me reset the thing. Okay, so my time starts now. Okay.
A lot of swinging going on.
Sorry?
A lot of swinging going on there, Chase.
Yes, lots of swinging going on. So, I should let's get the small stuff out of the way first. And that is I need to get the next Solblades update up and running. Because I want to release a small content update this month before I actually start writing the new game mode. Because I'm worried that the new game mode might how do I put it? Like if I want to implement a new game mode, I need to refactor some of the code, and I kind of want to do it after I've already released the next update. So something about my next update is I forgot to show this last time, but I actually added a ship which was requested a couple times, a Fluff.
Did you? I thought you showed it.
Last week, did I show it?
I remember seeing LaFluff, but I don't know if that was because I was in your streams.
Oh, I think I
When you
forgot to
stream,
talk about this, yeah, but it's nothing much, right? It's more or less like, just another design. I try to make it rounder, yeah, but they get the idea. Then there is, not this, sorry. And then another thing I really want to do is to add more backgrounds. So just before the dev chat, I work a little bit on it. I come up with, it's nothing special. It's just a recolored version of this one. This is mono green, right? I thought I wanted a blue version, so I had a mono blue version. But I want to add one more background, which is like a forest setting before I release the content update. So that's that. So this is the small stuff. I got it out of the way. Let's talk about the prototype that I was working on. The title of this game, at least for the moment, right? I'm calling it Attack of the Giant Mandibles. Yeah, let me show you what it is.
Is that going to fit into the App Store naming thing?
Yes, I checked. I checked. Look. I checked. This is called okay, a slight chance of saw blades feet, right?
Yeah.
So this is attack of the giant mandibles. Eh? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26, 27, 28, 29. It fits.
Okay. Okay.
As almost
Limit, right?
almost reached the limit is 30 characters. So I had 29 characters. Yeah. But in any case, right, let me just show you how this thing works first. You can see, right, I'm shooting at the spiders.
Oh no.
Alright, and then they reach the ground and start wiggling into the ground. So burrowing, right, which is I took Devious's suggestion, right? So we were talking, right? I was asking like, what should I do when the spider reached the ground, you know? And Devious said, oh, just burrow into the ground. And yeah, I guess that's like the most straightforward way of getting rid of the enemy. So I did that. Now let me just explain something very quickly. One of the things that I really wanted to handle, right, is how do I make shooting like this very inconsequential enemy, how do I make shooting it interesting? So I thought, like, you know, since I'm working with the whole theme of insects anyway, why not have a swinging spider? So then what I did was I opened up a new project, right, and I tried to prototype how the swinging would work. So you can see, right, I have like this ball on a thread, and I can just click a button to push it in one direction. I can push it in the other direction, and I think normally if you are implementing something like this, you would like apply actual physics, right? You know, calculate the moment of inertia and whatnot. But I didn't. I just went with the easiest way to do it, which what I did was I just apply a angular velocity, right? And I use that angular velocity to determine how much to spin the object. And while it is spinning, right, I always try to make I always try to apply a change to the angular velocity such that it will drag the ball downwards so that it is facing the 90-degree angle. So it's all faked, but somehow it looks okay enough, right, for me to try it out in a prototype. Alright, so the idea is oops, not this. So the idea is as I hit the enemy, depending on where I'm hitting it, right, it will either swing to the left or the right. But as I test it, right, I found out that there are actually a lot of issues with it. Let me do a quick illustration. My pen. Let me just... This is really bright, yeah, hang on. Okay. You know, this is like one of the tasks where when you started working on it, you feel like, it's not going to be that difficult, but then the more you work on it, the more issues come up, and then it ends up taking a long time to do. So what happens is, okay, this is the spider, right? Alright, and then, hang on. And then it will come downwards vertically. The idea is if you hit it from, say, on the right side, it will swing to the left. And if you hit it on the left side, it will swing to the right. So that part is like fairly straightforward. But then I realized if I just apply this rule throughout the entire combat, there is a huge problem because the player shoots automatically. And and you know, so the player don't really have a lot of control over exactly when and how the bullet is supposed to hit the spider. So what happens then, right, becomes it becomes really annoying to fight, because sometimes, right, it will swing this direction, and then while it's swinging this way, right, you hit it a certain way and it immediately changes direction, and then it becomes a chasing game, and it feels a bit random and thus not super fun to fight. So what happens then, right? What I did then was this. I have like this ±5 degrees, right? So as long as you're within this angle, I will apply that rule. But once you're out of this angle, right? Once you're outside of this angle, what I'm going to do, what I did was that as long as you get hit while it is within this range and this range, it will just continue to swing in that direction. And it becomes more manageable because now you can predict where it will go. So that's one thing. Another thing that I found that I had to do, right? And to be honest, the reason why it was a problem was because I didn't implement the actual physics. But the thing is, I remember I said that when I'm rotating the enemy, swinging the enemy, I'm just basically applying an angular velocity, which means you can think of it as like certain number of degrees per second, right? Something like that. So when it gets hit, let's say I apply an angular velocity in that direction, right? So perhaps in one frame, right, it moves like this angle. So what happens is that the spider will be like in this position, right? So that's fine. That's not too big of a difference. Now, what if the web is like super long? And I apply the same angle, right? I apply the same angle, and I realized that this time round, right, it seems to have covered more distance, right? So it becomes way harder to hit, right? Once it starts swinging, right, you'll be like, oh no, I now have to run a further distance in order to keep shooting at it, and that is a problem. So then what happens is I had to change the angular velocity depending on the length of the web. So that is another thing that I had to tweak. So yeah, it's just a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of figuring out what feels decent, right? Okay, so that's the thing about shooting the enemy. Of course, I also took some feedback, right? Pineapple say, hey, you should make the spider lose their legs, and that's what I did. And the funny thing, right, is originally I make it such that every single shot takes off one limb, right? So that you shoot the spider once, it loses one leg, and then another shot will take off another leg, and so it's basically just raining all the legs. But I realized when I do that, right, instead of making each shot feel powerful, now it just feels a bit, I don't know, it seems to make the shot feels a bit I think it makes the spider feel way too weak, right? So what ended up happening is I just make it such that you don't, hang on, what the hell is wrong with my, so anyways, now what I do is once you reach the halfway mark, you lose half the legs, and then you lose the rest when you die. So I felt like that feels better than to constantly have the spider losing the legs with each shot. That's another thing that I've done. One more thing I've done is the auto outline. So if you look at my sprites, the sprites does not have the sprites doesn't have the outline in it. So all of the outlines that you see are done in real time with a shader. So I'm drawing all of the enemies onto a render target, and then I draw the render target to the screen, to the screen, but this time with a outline shader applied. So far that seems to work fine. Okay, and if you notice, the spiders are also animating in a certain way. You can look at them. Let's say I'm just going to stand still, right? So they are animating this way, and then as they get close to you, right, their mandible starts wiggling, right? So there's some amount of procedural animation going on there, and I think it's kind of fun because you can like for example when they get hit, right, I change the angle so the legs looks like it's a bit more like in the upwards position to sell the impact and whatnot, and I don't have to do any of the frame by frame animation. So yeah, I guess this was pretty fun to do. right? And but of course, like, you know, just having this one enemy is not enough because it's pretty much a fodder enemy at this point. So I have to add like more enemies. Some enemies will shoot projectile at you, and it's the combination of having to dodge projectiles and shooting these enemies that hopefully will make this fun. Yeah, what else can I say? Let me see. Blah blah blah. Swinging for swing direction, swing mechanic. Yeah, I guess I have touched upon all I want to touch upon. Hang on. Oh yes, of course. I forgot to say this. But if you notice, you know what? Let me do a quick. How much more time do I have? Okay, I still have time. Let me show you something. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there is a screen wrapping mechanic.
What?
Do you notice there's a screen wrapping mechanic? Let me show you.
Huh.
So if I go all the way to the left, do you notice I come out here?
Oh.
Right? So look at this. I can't keep. Oh damn! They die too quick. They die too quick. Hang on.
Give him more HP.
Oh yeah, I should have done that. Hang on. Okay, you see, I can shoot it. Ah! Okay, let's give it more HP. I hope my code doesn't break. Just a moment. Not HP. Spooder. Spooder. I'm going to give it 100 HP. So, I hope it doesn't crash because I don't know what I did to the leg losing logic. Ah, why did it die?
Oh man.
Oh, I know why. Oh, damn. It's because I set the... Yeah, I need to organize my code. This is a bit too much. Hang on. Oh, that reminds me. I'm supposed to pull this enemy as well. So there's a lot to think about. Come on, swing the other way. Okay, never mind. Let me just restart. Oh. Right, and so this is one of the things I've done, which is to ensure that the mirror image, right, still gets checked for collision detection. But in my case, right, instead of putting two separate hitbox object, what I'm doing is like on collision detection, I always check for the mirror image. Yeah, because since I'm doing my own collision detection, I can just do an additional check there. It should be fine, I think. It shouldn't be too expensive. But if it is, right, then I'll have to think about optimization. Yeah, but you can see that all the enemies are mirrored as well. Yeah, I guess that's it, right? So mirror image, the outlines, the swinging. Well, I have the drone, right? The player has a drone. Oh yeah, this is okay. The drone used to have like a lower part, alright? So there's a circle. There's a circle below the firing spot. But then, okay, you know what? I have to draw. This. Right. So this is the player, right? The drone used to look like this. There's a circle here representing the drone, and then followed by the firing point. So this is how you fire. But then this space here meant that if an enemy exceed this line, the bullet will not be able to hit the enemy, and I had a lot of trouble with it because sometimes it feels like I should be able to hit the enemy, but it's not. So that's the reason why I removed the sprite for the drone and shifted the firing point lower. Yeah, but it's kind of a bummer because I do think that like having a drone is kind of fun, you know, because you can customize the drone and whatnot, right? Its appearance, I mean. But yeah, I had to sacrifice that. I think that's it. So going forward, I want to have I want to make it more playable. So it's not just going to be shooting like this for the spider enemies. I want enemies that can more actively fight back. Also, the player is currently invincible. You don't take damage. So I want to work on that as well. And in addition, I want to hopefully I can publish the next update of Saw Blades, and if I have the time, right, I want to publish a small Jamjaboa update featuring some levels that I've yet to use, right? I'm going to put it in the bonus levels. Okay, that's it for me.
What if you start some of the spiders already angled?
Oh yeah, that would be
They
cool, right?
swing.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So I think that is something I can consider for difficulty progression. Yeah, so like at first they are going down in a straight line, but then over time, right, I can have like a different variation of spiders that will swing a lot more. Yeah, but yeah, I think that's
And
interesting.
Maybe have some that just disconnect on their own. They just drop.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Yeah,
around
I
the
thought about
planet.
that. I thought that's cool, right? But then of course it does have to telegraph that it's going to drop, right? So there's a bit of animation that I have to do.
You just gotta make them blink. Like,
Or blink?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just like this little.
Then it will drop. Yeah. Like that could work. And it's interesting that you mentioned, like, having them start out swinging. I was thinking that like, because this is supposed to be a roguelike game, right? You can upgrade your arsenal. I was thinking that at some point, right, you can have like you may have like explosive capabilities, right? That can kill the spider in like maybe one hit or something. But there's this radius that it creates, like a shock wave that it creates that will push like the surrounding spider away. So they might start swinging wildly. And I thought like maybe this could cause some interesting or rather unexpected side effect. Yeah. I want the shockwave to push the spiders. But we'll see. We'll see if I ever get to that point.
Oh, you could also make the hell's it called? It's not a web, is it?
That line, right? That line is
Yeah.
it's a web. Yeah.
You can make that blink.
Oh, have that blink before they fall?
Yeah, that way
Yeah.
it shows that that's the thing that's about to.
Oh yeah, I could do that. I could do that. I can potentially. Okay, I might actually use that idea for this current enemy, or I might reserve that for like a later variation of it. Yeah, I'm thinking, right, like each of these enemies can have like three different variations. So like as you progress, right, you see that the enemies are also mutating before you.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for the idea. I like that. It's your turn.
Is it?
Yes. And I did it in 18 minutes. 18. Oh, actually, it's more like 19.
What if you made your character like a volcano boy or something?
Make your character the drone.
Okay. Wait. Why of all things, Volcano Boy?
I don't know. I just thought like someone shooting stuff out of his head. Obviously, it's volcano boy.
Okay, no. Okay. So
He moves like super slow.
no. So it's still going to be a drone, but like when the game starts, right? The drone kind of disappear and leaving only the top part. Yeah, in the Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Far From Home, there's Mysterio, right? And
Yeah.
Mysterio was fighting using a lot of drones, right?
Yeah.
And then there's this holographic technology they were using to hide the drones. Maybe I'll use that justification of why the sprite of the drone suddenly disappeared.
But you can make the drone like an upgrade or whatever. You just make it like circle the player, so it's like a. Hey, you're essentially making a shmup in a sense.
A
So-
shmup, yeah.
Yeah, so you can add in like different kinds of. So basically, you get the upgrade and there's a little drone that circles.
Oh
you.
yeah. I can totally do that. Yes, like in what is it, Raiden? Yeah, one of those old
So, yeah.
arcade shooters, right? Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Nah, it's just volcano boy to me.
Volcano Boy.
Be a skin. A flying volcano. Or. Wait. Share screen? Yeah. yellow. Itsy.
Look at that. I don't think John has seen this, right?
No, I've not.
This is the map, right? Look at how big this is. But Devastating is actually very small.
Yeah, it is very small. And then you're going to see why. Well, maybe. Wait, did I change the... Need to make sure it's not... There we go. Yeah, I did change it back. 0. Alright. I didn't do a lot of changes. I just added more to the map. I added 2 new things, though one of them's not functional. One of those things I'm gonna move for you to see it.
Is that a gate?
Yeah, it's like a wall.
Uh-huh.
It's like a rock wall. Go put it there, why not? Well, anyways, let me think real quick. Yeah, okay. Code should be fine. Oh yeah, because I just updated it. Taking forever to run. Okay. Oh, I also changed the location where you start.
Is it me,
Nice
or
to
did you do lighting? Cause like when at the beginning of the level, it felt like there was some lighting sweeping across the. Oh no, you're
it's,
rendering layer by layer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So everything like slowly comes in. Yeah.
I like that transition. Yeah, like it feels good.
Yeah, because anytime you Oh wait, give me this guy. Oh, that's fine. It's not too cool. Yeah, so everything that like pops in, it does that. Oh yeah, so I added a bit of tutorial stuff. Get over here. You have the guy, he has his little things, some story going on here. Alright, so this is the new thing that I just added, or 2 new things. There's this right here, which is the core, and this is the thing that all the enemies are going to be attacking. Then you have this, so it's like a wall where, damn it, you know what, I gotta give myself a boost. There we go. Easy. Alright, so basically what this is going to be a wall that's going to be blocking. So you don't destroy like sections of it, it's all together. So when you send a unit to it or something, wait, we still haven't added that skip button. So when you send one to there, they'll attack it. Is it still? Yeah, it's still all fucked up. Anyways, it's fine. Oh yeah, because I didn't do the thing. Anyways, yeah, so when they attack it, it moves the whole wall. But as they do damage to it, you'll see it go lower and stuff. You know, and this is going to take a while, so you can't just like destroy it that fast. So you'd have to sacrifice some units, you know, to take time to actually go and destroy it or whatever. Or you go out and do other things. Or you just watch them while they do their thing. If you send all your dudes to go and do it. Then eventually, I don't know if it's going to crash. It shouldn't.
But why are they destroying the wall though?
Oh yeah, so it would be blocking paths. So you have to destroy the wall to get access to those paths.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So like, it's another thing that whether or not you want to spend time doing that or like farming or doing other things. Like, what's that? Oh, I know that's right there. It's just me testing. What else? Oh, weird. I don't know why he's doing that.
Is it bugging out?
Yeah, sort of. You see how it's like doing that constantly?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to do that. But I'll figure it out, whatever. Yeah. Trying to think what else. Added the wall. I think that's it, actually. Oh my god. Yeah, so I expanded. This took a while just to expand the map and whatnot. Because you have to plan ahead and all that. Added some stuff and all that. Setting up these as I go, which are the rally points, you know, that they follow.
Which are the rally points?
The little blue flower looking things.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
I see a
Yeah,
lot
there's
of
three.
connected paths. You know those purple hexagon that is scattered all over the like outside of this brown region, right? There's a lot of
Oh, here?
yeah. What are those?
Oh, that's the planned path.
Oh, and you're
I'm not
supposed to
gonna
build
adhere
around it.
to it. Yeah, so as you see, like right here, how it's like this is the path right now, the planned path, and I just build the walls around it, and I fill it in, and then I do other things to, get
Oh,
work or whatever.
so
And
that means
yeah,
by the time you're done with this level, the whole map will be filled with all of these sprites, right?
yeah, yeah.
How is Game Maker's optimization's capability? Like,
See,
would
they
it? Yeah.
recently,
Mhm.
I don't know, I haven't checked the optimization in a while.
Right. Because I was just wondering, because if you populate the entire map with sprites, right, there will be a lot of things that is outside of the camera view, but does it still impact the performance?
Oh, cool, they changed it. They made it less fucking, sorry, not as, before it was that big blue box.
Yeah, you got the latest
So now
one.
it's back to normal. Yeah, I got the latest.
Nice,
What do you
nice.
call it? Yeah, this is the current status. Let me
Ah,
see. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I guess it's doing that because this. So that's kind of annoying now.
text rendering might also affect the performance, right?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I don't know what the yellow is. I assume the yellow is draw. Yeah, no. I noticed that the more I keep adding objects and stuff, but they don't. They hardly impact any kind of. There's a ton of objects out there right now.
Hmm.
And so as long as I'm not drawing them or anything, they don't really do anything.
Right.
Or cause any problems or whatever.
It's always above 200 FPS, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's very stable. That's nice.
Yeah, and I think it's locked at like 60, or when it gives you the option. I think I put it like 60 or something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. What do you intend to do going forward?
I gotta add the enemies now, like the different kinds of enemies. Which you see some of them up there coming. There you see them right there. Ooh, look at them go. I have them all activated right now, so I can see where they're going in their path. Because you said the one that got trapped before.
Yeah. Did you fix that?
I think what happened. I don't know. I think what happened was so they don't once they reach this endpoint right here in the middle. They kind of they have nowhere else to go. So they just kind of scatter and just walk wherever the hell they want. So I think what happened was it was just like roaming around and it eventually went out there. Because I don't think I put any kind of like wall, like they can't be stopped by the wall or anything.
Hmm. Oh, so
I guess that's something else I did add. Yeah, the little dudes actually attacked the.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, my drones actually attack the enemies now.
Look at that. When
not
the
in the
enemies
gun
die,
mode,
they
yeah.
leave a splatter on the
Oh
ground.
no.
Yeah.
Very violent.
It's very violent. It's
Yeah,
going to
very
get
violent.
mature rating.
They even I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't hear the scream, so they scream out too whenever they die. They do like a high pitch, that kind of thing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Cruelty
Yeah,
to fantasy creatures. Yes.
And you got the usual rotation. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, oh yeah, and I have all these like elements and stuff, like all these minerals.
Yeah.
They'll start falling from a tree and you can go collect them and whatnot.
Wait, oh, how are you supposed to collect them?
Well, you can't collect them right now because actually I don't know why.
You don't have the structure to do that?
Well, it would be over here since I have 0 out of 10. It's supposed to fill that in, but it's probably just a bug or something. Or
Right.
it probably has something to do with the tutorial. Yeah, no, I think it has something to do with the tutorial. In which, let me check. Wait, where is it? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Deactivate.
Yeah, they're all false right now.
Right.
Yeah, it would normally be true, but I got tired of
The tutorial.
No, I got tired of the having to change them every time, so I had to highlight them and then like change them to true every time or false every time I want to change it. So I just made a quick little eye thing. So I just changed this one element and it switches it for testing back and forth a lot easier and quicker. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I've been working on the tutorial as well, which I guess you can. Yeah. So with the tutorial, wait, let me stop that. Wait. Yeah. So basically, you can't move at the beginning of it. And he pops up. You also can't use your B or your B. You can't use your right mouse to like call them or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to go through the little text or whatever. And then you can do it. Then you're supposed to be able to get. Oh wait. Oh sorry. I gotta use the restroom real quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Me too. Me too.
Oh no.
John, can you like entertain everyone?
What?
I'm going to use the restroom as well. See you in a bit. Testing, testing.
Hey, you're back.
Did I miss anything?
No, nothing happened.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? The Devious's Pikmin inspired game. Yeah. It's a real-time
looks
strategy
like-
game.
Looks like it's shaping up really well.
Yeah. Hopefully it gets finished. I think it's cool, especially cool in like today's selection of games. Right? You notice that there are almost no. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say no, but there's like very few real-time strategies titles on the PC market these days, right?
Yeah.
It's not a lot. I mean, like what are the ones that you know of? They are always the big companies, right? Like StarCraft, like even StarCraft 2 came out like 10 years ago, right?
Yeah. My goodness, time flies.
Time flies, yeah. Because in my head, there's a part of me that still see StarCraft 2 as like a new game. But it's like 10 years, right? It's 10 years already.
Yeah. Hansel High says Company of Heroes 3.
Company of Heroes? Company of Heroes sounds so familiar.
Yeah, is it still going on? My goodness.
Company of Heroes.
It's the World War II. No, not World War II, like modern day warfare kind of. As in
Is it like Generals?
tanks. Yeah.
Generals is the one you played in Polytechnic, right?
Yeah.
Company of Heroes. I remember Generals, like people don't call Generals real-time strategy, they call it real-time tactics. What's the difference?
That's a good question. I don't know. Like in my head, tactics is like more.
You're given the units and you work with them.
Yeah, kind of.
Whereas real-time strategy, you can grow your units, you can build a base. Is that it?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
That's it, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Yo, no worries,
I
man.
ate something weird earlier and stomach started hurting just now and I stood up and then I just had to go.
Oh, are you feeling okay now?
Yeah, I'm feeling good now.
Okay.
Got it out.
Yeah. We were just talking about the strategy
You finishing
games.
your game.
Yeah, no, no.
You finishing your game. Finish it.
Yeah. We were saying that your game would be could be a standout especially in today's game climate because there's not a lot of real-time strategy titles on Steam. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's not a lot. I mean, like what is a standout real-time strategy title you can think of?
There's a few of them that just started coming out actually.
A few of them.
Huh.
I think the big one right now is Death's Gambit.
Death's Gambit. Death's Gambit.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Wait, real-time strategy.
Yeah. So you can like it's a push pause kind of thing.
The
So
Death's Gambit I'm
you-
familiar with is a Souls-like title though.
Is it Death's Gambit?
Is-
I don't know. It had something to do with. I don't know what I remember. Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's one of them. I swear there's some other ones that just came out. Is Boulder Gates one? It's turn-based, but I think it.
No, but
Well,
Baldur's Gate
you
is
think Baldur's Gate
it's
is-
RPG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's not a lot. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, but I feel like it could serve a particularly passionate niche of gamers because they are hungry
I'm
for
sure it's
nostalgia.
definitely gonna appeal to
Strategy fans,
Pikmin fans.
Pikmin fans, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you can't move this entire time. And then he tells you to start using this. You get the little dude. There's some lore stuff he talks about, and then the little dude comes in and he's like, "Oh, try sending him out again." He's like, "Okay, do that."
Hmm.
And then I guess that's yeah. And then once he's done with that, then you can start moving because he's like, "Yeah, these mushrooms. There's too many mushrooms around here. We must be really deep in the forest." And he's like, "Oh no." And yeah, it's him trying to pick up the. Yeah. Oh, you did. There it goes. You collected it. You got this. You know the usual thing. You have to repair it. Basically, you find it. You repair it.
Mm.
It's gonna be a little robot right here. One of the downed robots, and that's where you get to learn some stuff. Maybe I haven't really picked entirely what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tutorials being made right now. Okay, I got weird because the music suddenly stopped, and I was like, I right as I pressed the button, and I was like, how the hell did that happen? Anyways, there's like a bit of a silent part that comes in right before the song restarts. That's it. Yeah.
All right. So going forward, you will be finishing up the tutorial, yeah.
Yeah. Feeling more tutorial stuff. Yeah, the tutorial area, and then he explains like, we can't let this fall. We can't let this get destroyed. We need it to survive.
Yeah.
And then the little navigator tells you like, okay, we gotta start looking around or whatever. My sensors are picking up some kind of familiar technologies now. He tells you to like go in a direction or whatever.
Mm.
And then you just start going in that direction. And yeah, that's how the game starts. Then you start going a thing. And then as you see new things, he'll say stuff about them like, what's this and this, and then because you don't get the turrets until later on. You have to fight with the normal ones.
Yeah.
For a while, and then you unlock the turrets later on, and then that's right before a boss. Oh well, first you unlock them, then you go through a few parts that teach you some of the mechanics with them, like special gates, distance, and strategies with them, and then you fight the boss. And then from there, you just keep going. I plan on doing different. I think 4 total areas, 4 or 3, it depends. There's the nature version, the nature area, with all the mushrooms and stuff. There's gonna be a mechanical area, which is gonna be like machines and all that.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? It was either gonna be fire or darkness. So you're gonna have little lightning drones that you send out, and when they're out there, they like have light around them, but you don't have like a light source, so you have to use them as light source.
Oh yeah, that would
Like
be
that.
interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting.
And they also have a additional bonus to them, where if you send them out and they attack something, they'll like stun them if enough of them attack them, or they a certain number of times. That way they stun, and then you can just start sending more units to attack. And just like as you can do that in Pikmin, except when they stun them, they freeze them. The yellow Pikmin can only resist electric stuff, but they can't like do anything with it.
Right. I like how midway through you started referring to the units as Pikmins.
Yeah, I know. It's because I mean the game is so influenced by Pikmin that it's like I'm using it as a semi blueprint for thinking of ideas and whatnot. Because I'm like, would this work in Pikmin or would this work in that kind of thing? But it's not a 1-for-1 kind of comparison because in Pikmin they all you have to pick them all separately.
Yeah.
But in this one, everyone's the same thing. It just depends on what you send out.
All right.
No. Yeah. So just working more on this. I gotta start adding the enemies. I have a whole list. I was at work last week, then I made an entire list of like all these different enemies to play with them, mechanics of each of your acorn types. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Looking forward.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I guess let's do a recap then.
Yeah.
John.
I am going to make my lockstep networking thing work.
Yeah.
For real.
No, please don't say for real. Don't believe
Okay, I'll
you
make it
anymore.
I'll be back next week. For reals.
For reals. Alright, okay, so hopefully we'll see your lockstep implementation next week then.
Yeah.
Oh, Shin Spooder is here. Hello Shin. Thanks for dropping by. We're almost done with our development chat. So John, you will be showing more of your networking game thingy, lockstep implementation. Yeah. As for me, I hope to finish. I hope to publish the next update to Swordblades and get started on the new mode. And I also hope to have something a bit more playable. Of the I hope to show something more playable, right, for the Mandibles project. Yeah. And it's Devious's turn.
I'm going to work on the game some more, of course. Gonna add the enemies. Have some special designs that I want to test out. Definitely gonna do that. So I'm inspired by Pikmin. So I gotta start simpler, just for the players to like have something to kill, just to test out how to attack and all that. Which is something I learned from Pikmin. They throw you like simple, pointless enemies that can't even hurt your dudes, just so you can like test out and see like how it is.
A safe environment to learn the mechanic, right?
Yeah. And then after they kill some of those, then you introduce like ones that they can't hurt, or ones that either need special strategies or ones that can actually attack back. And that's how you deal with that stuff.
A particularly memorable part in Pikmin. I think I played Pikmin. Yeah, I played Pikmin 2. I played a bit of it. I think one particularly memorable part was when I fought a boss. Right, that was the very first time I saw like a boss that is like really big. And as I tossed my Pikmins at it, this boss decided to roll on the ground. And that took out like almost my entire army. So Do you plan to have like big enemies? Like it'd be...
That's gonna be the bosses, the big enemies. The bosses and the mini bosses are gonna be like big enemies like that.
Right. Wait, how do you intend to make like such a big object? Is it still going to be sprite stack? But that must be a lot of work, right? How do you intend?
Not really. It's just. Yeah. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
It shouldn't be too difficult though.
Okay, because I'm really curious to know how you will approach it.
Yeah, it'll take work to make a single one, but yeah. I should be able to do it because in order to like move them and stuff, I have to animate each frame of it.
Yeah.
But frame is compounded. Like take each frame of one of your animations and then sprite stack that same frame. So each. So I don't know how tall you're.
Right.
I don't know how one of your frames is, how tall it is, but just think of that, and that's how many each. Yeah. So how many frames your animation has, then just multiply by how tall it is, and that's how much work I got to do on just one thing.
Right.
Yeah. When it comes to like a boss or anything really. That's how the oh yeah, let me wait, I'm not.
Mhm.
I don't think I ever showed this. Share screen. Let me show this real quick. So just to animate the robot, I have these are all the sprites for the robot. All these right here.
Oh,
All these right here are just for the robot.
what? Wait,
So
which
one is the
robot?
legs, one is the outline. Huh?
Which robot? Oh, you mean the player character?
Yeah, the player robot, the player character.
Ah, right.
Yeah. The acorn's a little easier because they don't like have limbs or anything, which is why I actually picked that particular look because they don't have to, they don't have to move or anything. Same with the mushrooms; they're so small and so easy to like animate. I didn't have to do much.
Wait, which layer are you
Actually-
rendering the robot's leg? So I
What do you
imagine
mean?
the entire leg is one sprite, or is it like made out of multiple layers?
Okay. Let me show you. This is
Yeah.
just this one thing. It's not exactly like this, but I basically 3D sprite stackified it. So
Yeah.
that's just one movement, one frame. This is all one frame. Then the next frame it moves. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it has to go like that's one frame. That's the next frame.
Wow.
Oh, that is
And then that's the next frame.
quite a lot of work, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so each one of these is that. I had to like measure it and all that, make sure it like goes in. I had to check the
Yeah.
so like if you look at the point right here. So the good thing is since all the legs are the same, I only had to make one leg
Oh, right.
and just copy
repeat
it 4 times.
Yeah. Thank
And so then I
goodness.
just like pick a focal point and just rotate it based on where it is.
Is this like hours of work?
I didn't measure it, so I don't know. Because first I had to draw the leg animation. I don't know if I have it. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah. So first I had to draw each animation out, and then I copied this, and I basically went in,
Layer
and
by layer.
I basically like copied it like this, and I went, okay, let's get rid of this. Next step, let's get rid of that.
Yeah.
Like that. And then once I did that, then I was like, okay, now I gotta go back in. Oh wait. I probably didn't need that, but that's fine. And then I had to go back in and be like, okay, now I gotta stretch it so it's not like just a thin one wide pixel leg. So then that's when you look at these, they're like 2 wide or whatever. They don't really get any bigger than that. 2 wide is probably enough. Yeah.
Right. Wow. That's wow, that takes a lot of patience, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, sort of. I mean, once you get a groove going, it's like, because this is the hardest. The hardest part of it is just actually like animating it, doing just working on an animation that works, and then everything else is just cutting into pieces and then stacking it and stuff. So yeah, this is the hardest. But this is the part that takes work. All the rest is just tedious. It's whatever.
Right. Cool, man. Thanks for sharing the process. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's it, right? Shall we do this again next Sunday then? Okie doke. Alright, I'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Alright, that was fun. Yo, Shin, thanks for hanging around. We were just talking about our individual games. I showed this one. I was working on the new prototype, and I spent like quite. Oops. Let me just shift the spider back. I spent quite a lot of time trying to get the spider to feel just right. Let me shift the health back to 5. I need to organize my code a little bit more. Like the move enter function is actually my initialization function. Okay, anyways. Yeah, you know, I made some spiders so you can kill them. Look at how they blow apart. Pow. Yeah, anyways. That's mostly what I did. Organized code? What? No! Yeah, no, I don't have like a singular place for initializing the variables, right? I initialize it here once and I initialize it again here, which is kind of like totally unnecessary. So I'll maybe do some refactoring. Yeah, but in any case, right, I have you know, the first enemy done, and I'm going to add a few more enemies so that the combat would feel more substantial. I also want to be able to step on enemies. Yeah, I forgot to talk about that, but yeah, I want it such that, you know, when the enemies are like low enough, you can just jump on them. That could be fun as well. Something that I haven't quite decided is when the spiders are burrowing into the ground, should I make them collidable still? Yeah, it's a lot to think about. Decisions. Y'all like spaghetti. Pretty cool. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Beast. Thanks, Shin. I guess that's about it. Maybe we can pay a visit to a fellow developer. Is there a fellow developer around that we can pay a visit to? You know what? Let's say hi to Code Red. Sorry you came to. Hey, no, please don't be sorry, man. That's fine. It's fine. Can come whenever. But thank you for hanging around. Let's do a raid of Code Red. In case you don't know, Code Red makes this Souls-like game that looks really cool. You know, and it looks like he has spent a lot of time on this game. So, yeah, I really hope that it is all turning out well. So let me just type in the command. Alright, is it working? Oh yes, it is. Okay, once again, thanks everyone. I'm going to run the outro, and I will be back to continue working on my games. I hope to see you all again very soon. Later.